All right. Bear with me. I get a little camera shy. I know. I do YouTube videos, TikTok videos, but I still get camera shy. For some reason when the camera comes on, I'm not normal. So let me take a deep breath before we start this. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Marco J. Williams, and I have some exciting news for you all. We just completed day 4 of the Limitless Mindset Challenge. For those of you all who don't know what the Limitless Mindset Challenge was, it was a challenge that was designed to help individuals remove the limiting beliefs that are holding them back from living the life they desire. There are a lot of people out there who want to take a chance on themselves, but they're afraid they're letting their ego control their next step as opposed to listening to their intuition. This challenge, we learn how to remove the limiting beliefs, listen to the inner oracle, which is the intuition, manifest your destiny, and rewrite your narrative. Now, the video you're about to see is from day 4 of this challenge, the rewriting narrative, where something told me to incorporate astrology. And that something was the universe. When the universe speaks, you listen. So I'd like you all to join me on this back half of the masterclass. And for those of you all who participated in this challenge, I just want to throw this out there. I am truly grateful for you all. We had an amazing connection, and I hope to see you all on further challenges. And if any of you would like to participate in this challenge and see the rest of what we covered, I'll leave the link in the description. But without further ado, this is day 4 of the Limitless Mindset Challenge, the astrology portion. The financial collapse during Pluto's transit through Capricorn was marked by a combination of factors: risky lending practices and deregulation. Now, I'd say the housing market is still bad in today's day and age. I mean, it's over the national average cost to own a home is $430,000. It's ridiculous. And even the rent, a lot of these companies, Blackwater, not to name a few names, are just buying up all these properties and having us rent, keeping us in this consumer mindset, because that's what Capricorn brings. Now, I believe it's Debbie, right? I think you're the homesteader, and that's what I'm trying to align to as well, because you're starting to find out in this new age that less is more. The government intervened with bailouts and regulatory reforms to stabilize the economy. Banks were bailed out. We got sold out. The people got screwed. Capricorn's influence fosters ambition, determination, while Pluto intensifies these traits further. Individuals with a strong Capricorn placement during Pluto's transit might feel a profound urge to achieve their goals at any cost, leading to significant personal transformation and power struggles. This financial crisis heightened the consequences of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of wealth at any cost, echoing themes of Capricorn's responsibility and societal structures. Yeah, Capricorn wreaked havoc in the financial world. You also notice a big influencer culture. You thinking Vine was very popular around this time, a few years after 2008. A lot of social media influencer blew up who were just promoting a fake lifestyle. And this is why I say don't fall into the hype of social media, because that is an illusion. People are living their best life. They're portraying they're living their best life. But as we shift into this new age, that's not what we want to see anymore. You notice that there was a trend of like really keeping up with the Kardashians. This was a reflection of societal values during this period of time. This show embodies themes of ambition, materialism, and the pursuit of fame, which are amplified during Pluto's transit through Capricorn. So people who make a lot of money were flaunting their money and making more money from flaunting their money. Capricorn. The fascination with celebrity lifestyle served as a distraction or for individuals navigating uncertainties through this time. Now, I want to play the first minute of this song because it's going to tie this whole lecture, and you got to feel it with me. That's on a break. I need to go break. This is the dawning of the age Mystic crystal revelation. Aquarius. We are in a new era, people. You know what's interesting? This song came out in 1969, I believe, and the group's known as the Fifth Dimension. And they're foreseeing this new age of transitioning, and it's hitting all the themes of what we are aligning to, this age of information. So let's talk about how this, can help you out along the way. We are in the age of no more celebrity worship. Now that Pluto's transitioned from Capricorn to Aquarius, we don't care about your wealth or status. We want value from the information you bring to the table that's going to help serve humanity as a whole. This is the best time if you are planning to start posting content on social media to be your best authentic self, be organic, because that's what the collective wants to see. They want to see that you're a human, you have flaws. That was a flaw right there. They want to see that you are contributing something to humanity. That's Capricorn. It's an air sign. It wants to encompass all of the information. You notice in the beginning of this year, you saw the Shannon Sharpe and Cat Williams interview. This is the collective essentially seeing through the veil of the old age. You've seen a lot of stuff was revealed in this interview, and it just so happened to be put out at the start of 2024. There's reasons for that. Aquarius energy. Pluto's transit through Aquarius is expected to influence themes of innovation, progress, community, and humanitarianism. Princess Diana would have definitely flourished in this time, or anybody, as you all were mentioning, you want to have a service to others, this humanitarianism, you are aligning to what you're supposed to do. If you have that calling, this is what's happening. So how can knowing this help you? There's going to be a transfer of wealth. There will be a transfer of wealth. Capricorn brought wealth to wealthy people who flaunted their wealth. Kim Kardashian, all those influenced. Aquarius grants abundance and prosperity to those who give to others. 2024 in numerology is 8. It is the year of abundance. If you're thinking about starting a business, it should focus on creating innovative solutions for social or environmental challenges. For example, if you want to start a clothing brand, you want to have it promote environment, you want to have it promote ethical practices, such as not having sweatshops, having little kids work, and taking shortcuts to profit more. You want to have you want to be environmentally conscious, because that's what Aquarius is going to reward, those who are looking out for others. Organic farming, for those of you who are homesteading or thinking of getting into agriculture. Businesses promoting organic farming, urban gardening, vertical farming, which is beautiful, and other sustainable agriculture practices are going to flourish. And holistic health, I know that some of you were mentioning this as well. This is why I said, I think you all seen some of these slides, but your higher self knows what you're supposed to align to. And that's why it took this challenge. And I think that's why I had to incorporate this, because this is that extra nudge to tell you, you are heading in the right direction. Listen to that gut feeling and what your higher self is telling you. Because people who want to focus on mental health, physical health, spiritual health, intellectual health, social health will flourish. Reiki businesses, acupuncture, all of these holistic medicines, we are seeing through the lies of the old age, where we know that holistic medicine is the way to go. We know that doctors are pawns of the pharmaceutical industry, and they've been putting poisons within us to keep us sick. But we're seeing through that. So you're thinking about transitioning. I think one of you said yesterday you're thinking about transitioning into this. You're on the right track. You're going to see a rise in herbalists and dispensaries. It's very hard to open up a dispensary. There's a lot of regulations involved around it, but I wouldn't be surprised if marijuana becomes completely legal everywhere, federally. My home state of Maryland, it became legal last year. 2023 transitions to the age of Aquarius. So you see how things were starting to change in a progressive state. Aquarius influences these societal norms. So in conclusion, overall, any business that aligns with the values of innovation, progress, community, and humanitarianism is likely going to thrive during the age of Aquarius. So before I cut you all loose, I just want to give up a few upcoming events. March 23rd, I have an Understanding Inner Demons. This is a free shadow work masterclass. This will be a prerequisite for the How to Listen to the Universe masterclass, which dates are to be determined. But focusing on this shadow work masterclass, shadow work is the most important step for a spiritual journey. And it is one of the things that I recommend everybody do, whether it starts with talking to somebody, getting some professional help, or journaling and getting to know yourself. Now, that will lead into the How to Listen to the Universe masterclass, because you are going to have meditation, manifestation again, but human design, astrology, where speakers, someone who universe told me to reach out to and said, get her for human design, because I feel that if you know your human design, you will know how to function throughout this realm with ease. You'll naturally know how to listen to your higher self. So that's why I wanted her to incorporate her in this next class. And then there's going to be entering the Akashic records, the harmonic frequencies, learning how to numerology. It's going to be a lot. So I'm looking forward to all of that, along with the retreat, which I hope you all can attend. But I do want to see you all first on this masterclass, March 23rd, and I believe that's a Saturday. But other than that, my name is Marco J. Williams. It's been a pleasure connecting with you all these last 4 days. Let's continue to shift the collective consciousness. Closing thoughts. The floor is open to all of you.
I have a question.
Yes.
how do that 369 diary? I want to do that. I've never done it before. So you choose one thing that you want. It has to be a short sentence. How do you do that? Because I saw you guys talking yesterday about a woman who wants money and her husband died. I want money because I like to give money. I like to give stuff to people, but I don't want nobody to die. So what's the proper way to do the 369 that you talked about yesterday?
It's whatever comes to your heart, honestly. And I know that sounds cliche, but I'll give you my example where when I say I believe my creativity will take me places, that's overlooking the money. I know that money is a byproduct of whatever is to come. So try to focus on stuff that aligns to your best authentic self, not remember, money serves the flesh. It doesn't serve the soul. Your soul can't survive off of money. Do the things, manifest the things that make your heart feel full. I think that's the best way to truly align to what you're trying to manifest. Does that make sense?
Okay, so yes and no. Because for example, I have a friend right now she's a single mom and she's struggling financially. If I talk to her, if I hug her, if I comfort her, it's not going to help her. What's going to help her is money. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's very unfortunate that money is what governs this world. And if we didn't need money, I would offer a lot things for free, but you need money in this sense. And I get that. But that hug, it does make her feel better. And they say that love is one of the most powerful things we have. We were gifted. I've seen a family of 5 live in an RV, and they were the happiest individuals I've ever witnessed my entire life. There was a lot of love there. They made what they had work. Now, to the outside perspective, you probably judge them and say, oh my gosh, there's a lot of kids in this daggone RV. What is going on? But there was love. Love is very fulfilling, and it can conquer a lot, including the lack of money. But it's just grouping together and
Sorry,
coming together as
I
a
got
community.
disconnected. So I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You didn't hear anything?
No, I got completely disconnected out of the call. So what I was saying is, do you know what I mean? I know everybody has their own mission in life. So how do I do the 369 in a way that I can help people financially without killing anybody? What you guys said yesterday was very strong.
You're harping too much. You're harping too much on that killing. Honestly, I think the woman who manifests that just focused too much on the surface level manifestation, which was money. There was a longer manifestation is very powerful. So if you ask, you will receive. It's going to come to you in a unique way, and that could be at the cost of someone else. So this is why I'm saying to stop manifesting money. You want to manifest what's fulfilling in your heart. And it might not make sense, but it'll play out. It's going to play out how it's naturally supposed to unfold. If you manifest what is fulfilling you, and if that is a service to others, you will help them. Just don't focus on the money.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. So you write 3 times in the morning, 6 times at noon, and then 9 times at night every day forever?
Yeah. Well, not forever. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have breaks, but I filled out that journal. That journal was about 200 pages, and I was just like, I'm just going to write this down. And I wrote what I envisioned, what I was grateful for, and what I was aligning to. Now, as far as what you manifest, that is, like I said, what comes to your heart is what you write. 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Also, can you please send us? Yeah, it does. It kind of does. Please send us a list on email the movies. The movies that you mentioned all those days. I love those movies.
I will
Can you
email.
send us a list of money or movies that we can watch?
Absolutely. I will do that. Um, Wanjuku,
Okay, thank you.
no problem.
So just thanks for putting this class together and allowing this space for us during this week. Thank you also for the confirmation with what you were just talking about. Like I was sharing yesterday with going back to school, and like I shared, it's something that I had even applied a few years back, and then I was like, nah, I talked myself out of it. And I literally this new year, I started the spring, and the new year, I start April 1st with a new quarter of the year. I start my first journey into this. That will be a 10-year journey, and it's like goes into like what you're saying about weed. Some of the work that I do here in Seattle is contracting with the state for different RFPs that different services they're looking to hire a firm to do. And something that I saw that they're bringing down is like cannabis, like they're bringing in more money because they want to open the licenses back up, but they want to be intentional that it goes to the communities that never had, that were marginalized before, people who have a record of being arrested because of marijuana. Those are the people that they want this money to go to. And so it's just seeing that and then just looking into the future of like how I was saying with being able to use psychedelic shrooms and things like those to be able to heal people. The only way I see doing it is that I'll be allowed to do it in this country legally is going through the process of being a psychiatrist and then researching through that and then applying methods and doing that research. So I'm just grateful for the confirmation of having that here today. So I'm so grateful for that. And if anybody wants for the shadow work, what I have done before is I take a black book and I write at least 50 things about myself that I don't like. And I rate them from 1 to 5. And the one being like the least important, 5 being the most important. And I just start working on that one. And then somehow it has a domino effect on like the other things. You see, like you'll just start and have a domino effect on the other stuff. But you should also get a white journal and write good things about yourself that you like. So balance it out. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I went to when I was in where was I? I was in Puerto Rico actually, and I talked to a psychiatrist who he was very Western medicine mindset until he had a patient who said he tried some mushrooms and he had a very transcendental moment and it was a breakthrough. It broke through what he was trying to get to him for the past 10 years of sessions. So it's amazing how psychedelics, meditation, shadow work, going within yourself can heal you. It brings out the stuff that is dormant and it brings the surface. Now, I'm glad that this portion of it resonated with you. I believe that as we enter into this new age of Aquarius, we will see holistic medicines rise and flourish. It's just a matter of the time because psychedelics impact people different. And not everybody's going to have a transcendental moment. Somebody can have a bad trip. And I think that's kind of more of the drawback because of it. But you see, there's progress towards it. John Hopkins has been researching psilocybin for a while now, and it does help with depression and making you feel better. It's meeting the leading SSRIs. It's very powerful. There's an interconnectedness that these plant medicines, they give us all. And they were illegal during the old age because the old age was veiling us from the truth. But now we are seeing through this truth, through those lies of the old age. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes, I forgot to actually add, I am also an Aquarius rising at 29 degrees. So most of Pisces is in my first house. So it's also like, this is I feel like, yeah, it's my time. So I
It
feel
is.
very aligned. As
I hope
my
you
Saturn
felt it
year,
here.
my first Saturn return this year. So yeah.
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this year. I feel like there's a lot going on, but I'm relaxing. I'm letting go. That's really been the energy of just like flowing. Like you said, you're like, I just want to flow down the river like your friend, sit back and just let it just be guided through everything. So yes.
He wasn't a friend. He was a messenger of the universe. because I never seen this. He just flowed down this river and made fun of me and just
Oh, wow.
went off. I was a messenger. Certain messengers come through and I listen. And that's why I said something told me just to incorporate this astrology portion of it. Thank you for sharing. Jordan.
There are so many things I also want to touch on with everybody else, but I'll just focus on mine. Is don't forget your angel numbers. Don't forget the universe talking to us through numbers. Lately, I've just gotten back into work. I took a nice little long vacation, and we've been looking at homes, as I've already mentioned. And I've been seeing the number repeating threes and repeating fours consistently the last couple of times we have gone, and I just keep reminding myself that the universe is guiding me. The universe is guiding me. It's no coincidence that I look at my time and I see 333. It's not coincidence I saw 4444. It's pay attention to those things and humble yourself before the universe, because that's when you stop trying to take control of things, that it really just starts to flow. You just recognize that where you're at in the flow is where you're meant to be, and that's okay. And you might have just gotten into a wreck. Rent might be late and the bills are stacking up, but take a moment to appreciate where you're at in the flow and know that it's going to pass. I mean, these things come in, waves, troughs, you're at the low point, you're at the high point. And every part of where you're at in the flow, every part of the flow is important to your journey.
Jordan, absolutely. Listening to that the universe speaks in numbers, synchronicities, frequencies, and 444, your angels are surrounding you. They got you. They're telling you are on the right track. And that's going to be followed by you seeing 555, because big change is coming your way. I believe you'll make that manifestation come into fruition. So,
sir,
thank you for sharing that. Jazzy.
I got to keep making the microphones on. I had two things I wanted to share. One is just something I think you should include in your slideshow about manifestation. I think you should really talk about counter manifestation, because it's a very real thing. And if you have negative thoughts, you are going to manifest a negative reality. And I think a lot of people don't really actually touch on that. I hear and see all these things about manifesting all this good thing, and I don't see people talk about how real counter manifesting is. That was number one. Number two was something totally different. I don't know if you will do it or not, but I think I recommended this in the comments before. I think a really cool course or class you could do is one with people who read your book, and then ask and discuss questions. Because I love to read, but I always have a million questions, and I would just be super happy to be able to actually ask the questions to the person who wrote the book amongst other people who read the book.
I respect that. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I don't have the book.
Oh, all right. Well,
No, I remember I told you when I first signed up for this course, I originally thought I was going to sign up quick, but it was late. I seen it late. I was like, okay, I sign up and maybe I'll get the book, but I'll get the book anyway. But I really am going to have questions if I read this book. I just know I am.
absolutely. And I know that I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if you do get it, you can shoot me a DM. I'm here. You got my email. All of you have my email. I love talking about how we can connect to our higher self. That is my bread and butter. And how
I really liked your course. It was very affordable for majority of people. I'm happy. I hope it went as well as you wanted it to go. Probably went better. So that's good. And I'm happy for you.
I'm happy you're here. Thank you all for being here. This has been a pleasure. I feel this internal fulfillment after completing this course and connecting with you all and having you all have the floor to share. And I want to leave this opportunity. We have 10 minutes for you all to share whatever is on your heart. And I got to cut you loose. Whatever comes to your mind, if it's manifestation, anything you want to just speak out there. Jasmine, go ahead.
I'm really appreciative for your course. I've been following you for quite some time, and I just, I could feel the authenticity with your approach. You almost have like a childlike innocence about you, which is what draw me to you. And I'm gonna assume the same for everybody else, but just from my behalf, it's the thing that pulled me into you that I appreciate. And it's such a reminder because it's essentially also they say like attract like, right? Because I always, sometimes I have to almost remind myself that I'm a parent at times because I feel so childlike, and it's always been where I'm like, oh my God, like I'm a parent. I I have to guide these humans. Like, it's almost beyond me at times to think about my positioning at this time. And, I'm really thankful because ever so often I go back into it's funny because I didn't think that you were able to be an introvert as well as somebody who could be an extrovert. I didn't think that was a thing. And that's exactly who I am, because there's times where I'm very outgoing, and then there's times where I'm just very much laid back. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be hurt, So it's very interesting that that's actually a thing. I just found it out. So when it's all said and done, I'm just very appreciative of this course. And, it's for what you did for me is almost like rekindle my flame. And I think that's essentially, hopefully that was one of the premise of this because that's what it's done for me. And to have a platform like this, to see you step into this platform, it gives me, the flame that I need, the push that I need to also continue my journey and do the things that's required in order for me to shine my light just a little bit brighter for somebody else to see. So very thankful to you. Thankful to everybody else who came here and everybody else who share. Thank you guys.
Thank you for that. That really meant a lot. I felt that here and in my throat and in my heart. That is definitely what I was aiming for, where I wanted people to get something from this, even if it was one person. It was just, I wanted you all to take something. And I listened to the universe. It told me just step out of my comfort zone, put this together, and will help somebody, and it will create a domino effect. So when the universe speaks, you got to listen. So I really appreciate you all being here. I don't know if Jazzy, you have your hand raised, or is that from that was left over?
I think that was left over, but there is something else I would like to add because you keep talking about psychedelics, and a lot of people, I don't know how much they're into that, but I'm like heavily into it. I really research it. But the first thing that really sparked my mind into psilocybin, which everybody probably has access to Netflix, there's a show called The Brain Explained, or it's called The Mind Explained. It's only a 20-minute episode, and it's on psilocybin. And before I knew about psychedelics, I used to think of them like, oh, they're just crazy trip drugs. But when I seen the episode on psilocybin, your mind starts to actually understand what's going on, and they just do a really good thing of it. So if anybody's interested in psychedelics, you should look into that or follow the MAPS organization, who does a lot of studies on psychedelics, MDMA specifically. Yeah, my hand wasn't raised. That was an accident. I'm on my phone, and I can tell that this is I keep accidentally hitting things.
No, I'm with you on the psychedelic portion. The universe told me this year that psychedelics, in the book, I call them cheat codes to the universe because I feel like they spring you into what you're not ready for. Some of this knowledge that you have to build up to get to prior. And that's why the universe is telling me that meditation and doing the inner work first is what I should have practiced it. And you sometimes, when people go on these ayahuasca trips, they have a nothingness where they've done all the work. So there's nothing Mother Aya is going to tell them because they already pull it out of themselves. So I'm finding that true shadow work and inner work, meditation, is really helping reveal the transcendental, the knowledge, the cosmic consciousness that I would have received had I taken a high dose of an edible, because that is how I tap into the Akashic records. I could not reveal that in a book because of my professional setting, but I tapped into the Akashic because.
What do you mean you weren't allowed to?
No,
Like what? I feel like that's the most important thing of everything. The Akashic records, like that's.
it is. So I had to learn a new way, what I call a back door into it, which is through yourself, through meditation, through different techniques to get to know. And cheat codes were how I was able to access it. And I wasn't ready for a lot of the information that was revealed. And I can be honest with and admit that I had to do some more work, but my heart felt lighter after receiving some of the information that was revealed to me. And some of the information that was revealed to me was what inspired the chapter on my past life regression. It tapped me into all of my past lives where I was able to see every life that I ever lived. So it was a very transcendental moment that I was not ready for. So, yeah.
Sounds lit. I'm gonna have to read it. I'm gonna read it.
I didn't incorporate that, but that is one of my regrets, where my next book, it may involve cheat codes to the universe. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's literally the next book I'm looking at right now. Like, I've been asking people, like, what is a good book specifically on that? And I've only found a few that are like on Amazon with good reviews. So I don't know.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where a lot of it gets shadow banned, where I can't even talk about it on social media as much anymore. It's more of a one-on-one conversation where you hear people saying much rooms as opposed to mushrooms, because TikTok's suppressing the information. I think because we are in this new age of information, stuff is going to transfer to the point where we can share this, but we're still a little bit of ways from there. But most of my videos on psychedelics instantly get taken down if I go too hard on it, because I know that they were gifted to us for a reason, so.
Yeah. Just like it's hard to find ceremonies in the United States. I do find ceremonies because they got the underground stuff, but like it's hard. So they don't do ayahuasca yet. I ain't did ayahuasca yet. I'm scared for that one. That one's a little bit touchy, but I'm gonna prepare myself. I'm actually ketamine. Ketamine isn't a plant medicine, but it is a psychedelic, and I am about to do that.
So we give ketamine at work, and it is a horse tranquilizer, and there's components of it that I like more natural stuff. And I get that it's anything that's mixed with that man contributes to. I kind of have ketamine can have.
I feel you so much on it.
Yeah, ketamine has some unique impacts on people. I mean, just think about it. What I just said in the beginning, it was a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, I know it was a horse tranquilizer. It's also like an anesthetic in hospitals, but I did research that too. And it was saying at a lower dose, at like an extremely low dose, like a like a very tiny dose of it has you enough to where you can have a psychedelic experience. I don't know. I'm just going to try it for myself, and then we will see. I mean, I've done psilocybin, I've done other things, and we're going to see how that goes. Just because I want to do it clinically, like the right way, and not do anything crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan, but that was my thoughts on the psychedelics.
Thank you for sharing that. Jordan, I'm going to give you the floor, and I got to cut it out in 5 minutes.
No, for sure. Shoot, I was trying to jump in that conversation, but it's all good.
No, it's fine.
The psychedelics part, I understood why you couldn't put in your book, because I actually have your book. That professional setting, I mean, you said it. Things that are given to us freely by nature, they are suppressed. I mean, look at why Roundup was the #1 most popular weed killer, is because they realized the medicinal properties of dandelion. I mean, you can use the root, you can use the leaf, you can detox yourself from what's going on through some of these teas and these things that are of the earth. And that can't be contained. That grows literally in your backyard with the spring. It grew during winter, and it's a medicine sitting right there in front of you. But if you are going to, keep people in this perpetual cycle of wake up, eat processed foods, go to work, get sick, take my medicine, wake up, feel a little bit better, repeat the process until you die. I mean, they're trying to raise our retirement age in America to 74. Like, they don't want you to live, they want you to work. So it's like, yeah, your information that you're trying to put in your book and that you're trying to put on TikTok and YouTube is going to be suppressed. And that's why you have to turn to paper, because, the 12 laws of the universe can get manipulated, on, Google. If you want to put a book about frequencies without being adjusted, you have to put it in a book. If you want to be this guy, you have to put it in a book. Like, I understand that, what we see can't always be the full truth, because it's so suppressed that it takes us, us having our own little forums that you've created for us to be able to truly hear each other and express to each other how we feel and what we experience and grow our understanding, because you can't take everything as face value. You just can't. What works for you isn't going to work for him. Works for him isn't going to work for her. It is your understanding and your understanding. School has taught us, oh yeah, like, this is how it works. This is the answer. It is textbook plug and play. But that is not the life you were meant to live. And that is why a lot of us go against the grain. A lot of us don't fit in, is because you realize that your place doesn't mean sitting at a desk all day and doing what everybody else does. So it's like, find your understanding, and never let that go, because that's what's going to guide you to safety. That's what's going to guide you to stability. And that's what's going to guide you to fulfillment.
Thank you for sharing that, Jordan. And I want to kind of add to that, where after learning about human design, I know that I shifted my content, because my human design, I have an open-minded channel. And I know that means I am open to all possibilities, which means I think outside the box. And I'm sure I built a community of like-minded individuals who think outside the box. I'm not going to tell you that a conspiracy theory is right, and I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. I'm going to give you a non-biased perspective of it and let you draw your own conclusions, because at the end of the day, I don't have all the answers, and I can't say that this is absolute, but I will teach you to question what you are told. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. I really appreciated this. It was amazing connecting with you all. I hope that I can see you all on the next masterclass. It's free. March 26th. I'll send an email. I'm looking forward to continuing to connect with you all. You've been amazing. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. And I want you all to keep contributing to the collective consciousness, because that is how we usher in this new age with you all. It starts with you all. Thank you, and good night, everyone.
Amen.
Thank you, and good night.